I thought that we were pushing it to the side because we didn't have enough time.
I'm sick of pushing it to the side.
This time,
Oh, for f***'s sake.
the team raced to revive a legendary rig.
One of my favourite trucks. It's gonna look so cool.
What are you doing with the Phillips head screwdriver? What? Get the cordless and start unscrewing it, mate. You're going to be there all day.
I think she'll be one happy girl, mate, when she sees this turn up.
While crew chief Dave makes a VIP delivery.
She's known as the Kenworth girl at school, just truck mad.
At least she got her priorities right.
To help a young truck fan's dream come true.
It looks like a Kenworth!
Caitlin!
And
If he doesn't like it, the deal will fall through.
the firm lines up a chance for a fast buck.
I knew the minute that I advertised it, it would be a very sought-after truck.
But sealing the deal won't come easy.
You ought to tell Dave to take his head out of his ass and have a look on the right screen.
I'm Jon Kelly, and my entire world is trucks. It's got plenty of horsepower.
We're experts at restoring trucks. That's just how I roll. We buy
On $100,000.
refurb
It's a cheap hobby, this trucking.
and flip for profit.
Sold, sold, sold. And I'm yet to find a bucket of bolts in a paddock that we can't turn into treasure.
In this game, no 2 days and no 2 trucks are ever the same.
We don't get too many small jobs here.
It's got an air leak. Should have been fixed first thing.
We're all trucking mad.
We just get it done, and no, it's not an option.
It's good to finally be on the road.
We're building the best truck rehab business in the world.
Whatever the cost.
King! What's that doing in here? What's going on here?
It's been in hibernation long enough.
This is Mad Cow, a legendary 600 horsepower Western Star 6900 series that made its name hauling cattle through Australia's rugged outback.
Mad Cow's history is a big part of the trucking industry. It won Trucking Life in, I think, 1997. That's a big statement for anyone's truck. And it's just an all-round big truck. It means quite a bit to me, actually, because I remember a couple of years ago, I used to see it with a busted diff just sitting on the road there. Walking in and seeing it in the shed, I mean, that was a big surprise. Wow, I remember seeing this sitting on the road, now we're going to restore it. I mean, how cool is that?
I thought that we were pushing it to the side because we didn't have enough time.
All you need to do is just pull the trim out
Okay.
and then get me a list about what I need.
Let's do it.
Restoring the ex-rig of the year is a colossal job.
Have a look at this. Look at that. You know, that's the stuff you get with old trucks.
Almost every part of the truck will need to be refurbished or replaced.
Bit nervous, you know, all the old fellas around, you know, they tend to expect the most out of you, and that's what I'm going to give.
And to make things tougher, the firm's biggest rehab is also its most vital.
The main aim for this truck is to get it to the Casino Truck Show.
The Casino Truck Show is one of the biggest truck shows in Australia, and it's always good to have a presence there. We're known to have a good reputation when it comes to restoring trucks, so this is a big deal.
Mad Cow is the firm's centrepiece restoration. To make Casino in time, the team has just 5 weeks to complete the entire rehab.
Trying to restore a truck like that sometimes takes years. John's trying to do it in a matter of weeks. You know, it's just insane. What are you doing with the Phillips head screwdriver?
What?
Get the cordless, mate. Get the Phillips bit on it and start unscrewing it, mate. You're going to be there all day. Stop stuffing around.
Righto.
We've just got to put a budget on this, otherwise John will just think he's got a blank cheque.
There's a lot of money.
200 grand, easy.
Reviving Mad Cow requires a new interior, new electronics, a mechanical overhaul, new lights, tyres, chrome, fittings, and a brand new custom paint job. With a massive budget of $200,000, the job is a huge undertaking for the firm. But it's also personal for the Kelly family.
So the interior's been completely stripped out of this thing.
This truck is going to be Joshua's truck, so it's essentially a family heirloom.
A lot of very special history. One of my favourite trucks ever. Dad, what's happening with Mad Cow?
It's all stripped, ready to go to paint. Let's go to the paint shop Monday.
Yes. Casino Truck Show is only 5 weeks away, so we really need to get this truck finished.
She's going. See you, big girl. See you, darling. See you, love.
With its interior stripped out, the first major task is to restore Mad Cow's iconic paintwork to showroom condition.
Paint is, for this project is probably the biggest part of the puzzle. It's going to be the most time-consuming and probably costly part of the puzzle as well.
But with his regular paint shops fully booked, Jon's been forced to trust his most precious rig to a new supplier, Aaron Moore.
I've got no real leverage on Aaron because I haven't really done business with him. I just got recommended and told he does really good work. I'm going in blind. So the only thing I want to do is I want to replicate the exact same stripe design.
Okay.
So if we can just take a template off that and just make sure the boys get the proper dimensions.
As long as we've got colour codes, we can work with that.
Yep.
And the boys will take care of it. And you grab that locator back there. I just think we'll just go old school and trace them. When people take a photo of this truck when it's finished and look at photos of when it was new, they look and they go, wow, they kept that original. As long as we've got the style and we've definitely got the widths and the curvature of those corners, we're there. He's come in here last minute, needs a truck painted. It's probably going to be partially my way and Jason's way. And I guess we'll just have to convince Johnny likes it.
Jess.
Hey Dave, how you going?
Good, how are you?
At the company yard,
Oh, I have a massive favour to ask, eh?
the firm's truck scout, Jess Edwards, has a VIP request for crew chief Dave Pansino.
This girl called Caitlin, it's their school formal this afternoon. They had a Kenworth lined up to take her, but it's fallen through.
Yep.
So Jess has called and she has asked if we can surprise a local teenager with the lift to her school formal. We get these requests sometimes, and in this case, we're more than happy to help because Caitlin is obsessed with Kenworths.
I've never met a young chick like her. She's known as the Kenworth girl at school, just truck mad.
At least she got her priorities right. She's a Kenworth girl through and through. She's got Kenworth posters plastered all over her room from floor to ceiling, and it's good to see. Let's do this. Take the young girl to a formal. Happy to do it. Got an hour to get across town.
The pickup is 40 kilometres away. With rush hour looming, Dave's heading out in the firm's premium Kenworth, the massive C500 Charlie.
C500. Certain sound, certain feel, certain noises. C500 is just a classic truck, like just a big off-road, heavy-duty, setback front axle, like old school, hardcore truck. Kenworth through and through. Well, I think she'll be one happy girl, mate, when she sees this turn up.
On the other side of Brisbane, formal preparations are getting underway. But Dave's rolling into trouble.
Oh, city traffic. It's probably nearly 4 o'clock, which sort of peak hour. Starting now, but Brisbane traffic is just insane.
As soon as we can get the basic prep on the cab done, then it's going to the blast room. Yep. So we'll bag everything else out, and then we'll just work on the cab then. These other two pieces will get done separate. Yep.
At the workshop of painter Aaron Moore, legendary truck Mad Cow has begun its $200,000 rehab. With just 5 weeks to complete the massive job, the whole crew are pitching in to help.
Jon sent us down here today to just strip the truck, so just to help the painters. Every bit that we can do will help on the back end and save us some time. King, you don't want to look up here, son. It's all bad.
Well, it looks like a crack on that front right quarter.
The more we're looking at it and working on it, we're finding a lot of issues.
Cracks in the roof, cracks around the exhaust brackets. Mechanically, the truck's fine. Cosmetically, it's super scorched.
This is an old girl. She's had a tough life. It's just going to add a lot of money and, you know, chewing the time we don't have to waste.
Aaron.
John, how are you going?
Fantastic, how are you?
We've got a fair bit of work to do on that cab.
Yep.
That front A pillar is definitely broken right through to the inside of the cab. The rear right pillar is also broken through from where the exhaust mount bracket is.
Yeah.
But that's broken right through that pillar too into the cab.
Got to tell you, I'm pretty excited about this truck.
At the firm's yard, John's just completed a new sale
Yeah, it's a beautiful truck, mate.
to a customer based 3,000 kilometres away in Western Australia.
So that's the perfect truck.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll get you an invoice organised and we'll get this truck ready as quick as we can for you.
The rig is a 600 horsepower Kenworth C509. Named Walking in Memphis, the powerhouse truck is no stranger to the firm.
The thing that impresses me so much about the sale of Walking in Memphis is it's not the first time that we've sold it.
All right, mate, well, you take care. We'll talk soon.
John sold Walking in Memphis a year ago for $300,000 at a profit of $15,000. After rebuying it for $290,000 a few days ago, he's hoping to sell the truck for $325,000. Minus rehab costs, the company could make a fast $15,000 from the sale.
The C5 is the biggest and the best Kenworth you can buy. They're a very expensive truck to buy new, and it's very rare that you get a C5 Kenworth with a big 60-inch sleeper. I was excited when I first did this truck. It's just a cool, big lump of a truck. I couldn't get it in the yard quick enough. I knew the minute that I advertised it, it would be a very sought-after truck. But I wasn't expecting selling this truck as quick as I have, so I'm my own worst enemy.
A driver will collect the truck later today. If Memphis isn't in showroom condition, the deal could be off.
The biggest thing is we want to make sure that when they come up for the inspection, they're absolutely over the moon with it. So there's a fair bit of work to happen.
Having been serviced, the truck needs a specialist clean to remove a thick layer of bull dust built up over a year of gruelling bushwork.
Running gear-wise, it's sensational. We just need to give it some love cosmetically. Hey, Dylan, I sold that truck this morning. Are you acid washing that today? I need it, like, finished, polished.
The deadline has been shortened. It went from this to pretty much nothing, so got to get cracking on it pretty quickly. Yeah, a bit of a workhorse. Had a bit of a hard life. I'm going to hit it with some acid, strip all that red dust out of it, and try and get it back to as clean as possible. The customer's flying in, so we're going to have to do our best to get it done before he gets here.
To degrease the massive truck, Dylan uses a 30-year-old secret recipe of cleaning materials, powered by a high-pressure gun. But with collection due in 6 hours' time, the rapid rehab is cutting it fine.
I've gone and sold a truck that does need a fair bit of love. It needs to represent, you know, a show truck condition at point of sale. Otherwise, I'm going to have egg on my face when the mechanic arrives.
You know, John, I'm only going to ring you with bad news, mate.
At painter Aaron Moore's workshop, a series of cracks have been discovered in legendary ex-rig of the year, Mad Cow.
I've got a couple of guys that I use to do my bonnets and cabs, and they're prepared to come in on Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, that costs money.
We need to be a little bit practical about what we do here.
Every time I turn around, it just throws us another curveball.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate you.
All right, mate.
Thanks. Bye. Aaron with more good news.
To assess the extent of the damage, Aaron will have to painstakingly strip the paint from the truck's fragile skeleton.
We're just going to start blasting on the roof of the cab. We're using a big unit, but it'll strip off that paint real quick. I'm just using a 120 grit profile. That's kind of the best way on low pressure to get that cab blasted back the way we want it. So you've got a combination of the compressed air pushing, and then you've got the gun hitting like a million little ball peen hammers, and that generates heat and it stretches the metal. So the metal can actually grow before your eyes if you get it wrong. It would destroy that cab, and it'll be almost unrepairable if you got it wrong. We're going to give that big crack, that's real obvious.
Once the cab has been stripped, Erin's team can seal the cracks. With a $200,000 project on the line, every action is critical.
The big unknown with this job, it's the first time we've used Erin and his painters, and if things don't go like clockwork from here, we would have wasted all that money for nothing.
5 days later, workshop assistant Isaiah has come to check on Mad Cow's progress.
Oh, there's the bonnet. There's the bunk. They've done quite a bit of work, to be honest. It's a big job, this one. And it'll be up to us to put it all back together.
All the way down, you are...
Oh no, 120, 230 from there.
Yeah. Once the cab and sleeper have been prepared, it's down to painters Jai and Dan to carry out the most critical phase, recreating the intricate stripe design that gave Mad Cow its signature look.
These two silver stripes here will go back how they are, just in this silver. So we'll mask them out now. Body lines have to line up. All our masking needs to line up. We can only go so far off of measurements. You have to do a little bit of it by eye.
If you pull it too hard, it can stretch. It makes the tape thinner, makes your line go all wobbly. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with it. No turning back now. Now we're finished putting our base coat on. Then we're ready to put the black on. Then after it dries, and fingers crossed.
I'm sneaking in to get a look. It's really bad luck to come and have a look before they pulled all the tape off. It's just a matter of getting it out the door, and John can have the truck back.
If this truck is no good, I haven't got time to fix it or redo it, so we're living with what we've got.
We're getting ready to start unmasking our stripes.
It's a very delicate process. You start pulling an edge, you don't just want to rip it off, or you can just go for days.
If something goes wrong on that first bit of tape, then you're going to be extremely worried lifting the tape through the rest of the job.
Brisbane traffic is just insane. Hate to be late for a formal.
In East Brisbane, Dave Pansino is racing to surprise truck fanatic Caitlin Thwaites with a ride to her school formal.
Take a couple of back streets down here.
To beat the rush hour, Dave's opted to thread the 15-tonne, 4.5-metre high rig through the suburbs.
Hopefully they'll get a little bit better run now that we're out of that main traffic flow, mainstream. I think the Rolls Royce might be waiting around the corner for her and a partner, but we're going to surprise her and turn up in the truck just as organised. So maybe the partner will be going in the roller and she'll be coming in the Kenworth. So she's down there at the moment getting photos with the family. I think the look on her face will be priceless when this turns up. It should be good. We are running a bit late, and I'd rather be 5 minutes late than turn up there with marks or scratches or bent exhaust pipes. This is one of Jon's. This might be almost his firstborn, maybe. He holds it in that high regard, so don't want to be hitting the stacks and bending them. I can't afford to be putting a new set of exhaust stacks on Jon's truck. Yeah, we're getting close to the pickup point. I don't like the looks of this tree here. At all, actually. We can sort of sneak around where she's not going to see us and it's not all going to become too obvious, so we're trying to surprise her, but hopefully not knock the stacks back on this truck either. It's going to be touch and go down this bit of a side street here.
It's our last baby that's going to graduation, so we thought we might as well just try and do it all for her. She's been telling everybody that she wants to go to formal in a Kenworth. We told her that there would be some photographers down there for the rolls, but other than that, she suspects nothing. So hopefully it all works out well.
What? What's this?
Looks like a truck.
It looks like a Kenworth! Is it a Kenworth? I don't know, I can't.
Caitlin!
So we didn't have the luxury of time. We really would have liked to have this for another month. But, you know, to make a time frame, to make it reasonable so John and his team can finish the job and actually get it to the show, we just pushed it on.
After 3 painstaking weeks in the paint booth, Mad Cow's chassis and cab have been transformed.
We're just heading down to Erin's place to go and pick up the big Mad Cow.
These things made Australia, and people get a personal attachment to them, and you got to honour that.
Today is the first time John has seen the work of new painter Erin and his team.
There's always an element of risk and there's always an element of error when you're doing something so complex. So my heart's in my mouth and I'm just trusting him. $64 million moment and I'm locked in the car. Looks unreal.
Now equipped with its iconic stripe design, the truck's colour scheme has changed from black and red to black and blue.
It all works really nicely. Love the stripes, love the colours. Even the finish in the doors is amazing. Even in bits that look sensational. Normally you've got to go put a truck together to get a feel for it, how it looks, but super happy with it. Pretty cool milestone, getting the truck on the back here and heading back to the shop.
What do you think so far?
Did you buff that cab?
No.
You haven't buffed that cab?
No. Had it straight off the gun.
It's unbelievable.
Erin and his guys here put in the hard yards without even getting sanded and buffed straight off the gun. I mean, that finished the second and up. Like, really, really impressive work.
There's been some tension in the air at times, I can tell you.
Well, now you've put the pressure back on us. Now we've got to go put the Meccano set back together.
Yeah, you know, it needs to be at the show, right? It was very stressful and it's come out real good. So I'm very happy with it.
While its rehab is on track, Mad Cow's sleeper and bonnet have yet to be completed. And with 2 weeks until deadline, the smallest error could be critical.
Very, very impressed with Erin's work so far, but there's a lot of paint to go down and there's a lot of hours left to go in this truck.
So the sleeper has arrived and we're going to get off the truck.
Heart and mouth material every time we move one, especially when the paint's still semi-wet and so much work's gone into it. What the? All the rivets have got runs off them. Massive run, massive run, massive run.
Around a lot of the rivets, with the high concentrated paint, it started to shift and we've got little runs. The paint sets the platform. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be perfect, and everything else that we do afterwards will, you know, improve, enhance it even more. But, you know, you've got to have a good base to start with, you know.
Erin, have you seen this sleeper?
Not today.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, there's probably 30 or 40 rivets here with big runs on them. Mate, that's just, that's amateur hour, you know?
No, okay, I'll give the boys a call, have a chat for them.
This is not just any truck. This is like my third child. I'm not happy about it.
Look, it is what it is at the end of the day, so we just, fingers crossed, it is done before the end of the week. Otherwise, sorry, Casino, Mad Cow.
The largest truck show in the Southern Hemisphere is a week away, but Mad Cow's $200,000 rehab has hit a major roadblock.
That's the sort of stuff Jon really picks up on. Like, he's a perfectionist, it's got to be perfect.
Massive run, massive run, massive run, massive run, massive, massive. And it continues all this side here. Fortunately, Aaron's sending his main man Jason up, and he's promised me he's going to get the runs out and you won't notice.
Just chopping out a couple of runs off the rivets. They get an excess build-up of clear, and you get a little tiny little teardrop. It's one of those things that happens that it's annoying that you have to go and do this afterwards. Just razor blade, chop it back, then get a bit of 1500 grit, go over that, then 3000 grit, little pads, go over that, then buff them. You may still see some sort of remnants of them, but they're not as bad as what it was. This with having such a deadline on it, at the end of it, you know, you're buggered. And this, you know, it's a result of what can happen when you're not focused properly, you know.
Jake's doing a great job. Perfect. Looking really good.
Final finish, mate. It's a bit of a polish.
You're a good man, Jason. I appreciate it. You've done a great job, mate. I'm going to go find something else to stress about. Memphis is back walking. The boys are big boys, done a miraculous job. It's come up really nice. Really happy with the time frame the boys have got it back.
Having been washed and detailed, walking in Memphis is undergoing final checks. If the truck isn't ready for inspection in 2 hours' time, the $325,000 sale could be off.
But it's sold, and now the door's decided not to open from the inside.
But driver Dave has found a new problem.
The skin here is supposed to be attached to here, not on the inside of the door, so I don't know quite why that's happened.
The biggest problem that I face now is we're only hours away from when Julian's come to pick this truck up and we're finding little gremlins here and there. So we've got Adam from Julian's company coming in. Adam's been tasked with coming here to make sure that the truck is as it's been advertised.
It's all jammed up. Just trying to prise it back out and see what's going on between here and here. It's obviously a mechanism or a rod that's came off, or we can't open it from the inside. Is old mate fussy boy that's buying it?
It'd be the small stuff that ruins a good deal.
Thank God this happened now, not out the driveway. So, anyway.
That would be very embarrassing.
Would be. Doesn't really want to come apart. Now we'll put the door back where it belongs. It's just a plastic retaining clip that holds it there, and I wasn't holding it anymore, and it was floating around the bottom of the door, and that's why we couldn't open it. Let me sit up here in the driving seat and see if this thing's going to open from the inside.
Walking in Memphis, only recently came back and we've had to do a lot of work to get it going. Jon sold this thing over the phone, sight unseen, so fingers crossed, sale will go ahead.
How many times can we do that before the warranty runs out? That's 3. Yep, it's fixed. It'll do. Put the other 300,000 screws in there and put the door card back on and, yeah.
With collection imminent, the team needs to carry out a final polish before the driver arrives to inspect.
How are we going for time? You must be getting close. Oh, King, you've got 35 minutes, hurry up! If you fail, it's your fault, not mine.
The truck wasn't here this morning for me to, give it a proper wipe over and a wash that it probably needed.
Right on time, the buyer's mechanic, Adam, arrives to inspect the truck and approve the sale.
I was just wiping her off and ready to hit the road. So I'll just give you the brake report.
Yep.
Chuck your stuff in if you want and have a good look around.
Adam's the mechanic and he'll be the driver of the truck as well, so he knows what he's talking about. But if he doesn't like it, the deal will fall through.
What's this? It looks like a Kenworth!
You asked for a Kenworth to go to formal in. So I organised you a Kenworth to go to formal in.
You've got a couple of people to thank. Don't cry, Bobby, don't cry.
You wanted to go to formal? I got you a ride. Is that what you wanted?
Teenage truck fan Caitlin Thwaites is all set for a surprise trip to her school formal.
Here's the joy. Yeah, no, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah. Happy for her. Good on her.
Is that what this is about?
Yep.
Yeah. She was so disheartened and telling all her teachers and principal how she was so sad that she wasn't going to get to go to formal in a Kenworth, and so really surprised about the whole thing coming together.
I thought it was going to near run her over. She was like running that quick towards the truck. She was just absolutely ecstatic, just over the moon. It was good to see. It was awesome.
It was the best result we could hope for, so I'm glad she's happy. Jess Edwards did an amazing job pulling this together. I'm really, really grateful to her. Here she is now, honey.
Hello.
Hey, Caitlin, how's the truck? You happy?
Yes. Let's just say I almost ran onto the road. Yeah. Thank you, Jess, for doing everything for me. I really do appreciate it.
I really wish I could have been there to drive you to your formal. Unfortunately, I'm a bit far away at the moment.
It's okay.
Driver Dave could pull this together for you. You have an amazing night.
I will.
She wants to do a trade in diesel fitting, and eventually, you know, she said that she wants her own truck, and I hope she succeeds. And you know, with her attitude, you know, and up and coming ability, she'll do it. Happy dad.
Well, I'm more happy that my daughter's happy. That's what I wanted.
What do you reckon?
Can I swear?
Yeah, you know?
It's awesome. That's what it is.
Right.
Oh, for sake. Pretty ballsy drill, this one. I've been able to properly. Minor setback here. The holes that were drilled for these plates, for the mud flaps, they were all drilled wrong, so a quick 5-minute job to make it look like a truck has now turned into an hour.
The deadline for completing Mad Cow's colossal rehab is just days away.
So this time next week, we'll be seeing if it wins a trophy at casino.
When you're going to drill, you know, in steel by hand, the best way to do it is you just, you know, you start off with a pilot drill, which is a really tiny one. Put your pilot hole through, and we just keep stepping up until we get to the size of our bolt. We've got to get so much done, you know, and yeah, it's do or die.
With no time to source new components, even minor issues could stall the operation.
The other lines are steer on the pallet, and these brackets should have all been in the box here, but there was only 2 left in here.
2 brackets that attach a sun visor are missing.
No, the visor come off down there, but the brackets were still in the cab. So they've taken the brackets out and just, yeah, who knows? Who knows where they are?
Hey, these sun visor brackets, we cannot find the other 2. I've got 2 in my hot little hand, but that's it.
Here we all are looking for these simple brackets.
Where did you find these 2?
I found them
Yeah, where were they?
in the box out the back.
That's where the rest of them should have been, in the box out the back.
Taken off and they put back.
Old Johnny Boy's pointing the finger at everybody else in the shed here, but we're all in agreement that Johnny Boy had them last. So old Johnny Boy want to do a bit more looking and a little less screaming.
I did not lose the brackets. I've had nothing to do with the stripping of this truck, and I reckon it's a 76% chance that Marshall has put them somewhere and he's forgotten.
Here it is now.
Did you find them?
And we left them on the cab. All we did was take that visor off. They were on the cab.
The quicker solution would be straight to RTE. Don't like they're just a standard one.
Well,
it's just this bracketry that's different.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll take that to RTE, and let's hope that they've got a take-off visor. Irrespective of whose fault it is, these brackets aren't here, and I need 2. So I'm going to go around to RTE, who do all our specialist fabrication, and I'm going to try and find 2 old brackets they might have laying around.
We are on the home run, but we're not running. Adam's a pretty quiet fella, but he knows his stuff.
Checking the engine number's the right one. Just the usual crap.
The $325,000 sale of Walking in Memphis rests on the approval of mechanic Adam Hicks.
But yeah, no, there she is, ready to rock and roll anyway. We've done our part.
What do you reckon about this big truck?
Yeah, looks all right. It'll do.
All right, let me just go double check and make sure it's paid for, mate. I'll come straight back.
Radio.
I've got a bit of a concern. I haven't seen a remittance for payment come through on this truck yet. Love Julian like a long lost brother, and Adam's a ripper guy, but I can't let a $350,000 truck go on love and a prayer. Hey, Dave, have you seen a remittance come through for that truck of Julian's yet?
No.
No remittance?
No.
Let me just give Julian a call.
Hey mate, how you going?
Julian, how you going, buddy?
I'll tell you what, you made somebody pretty happy today.
Really?
Yeah, he's stoked.
Yeah, he's happy with it. I just caught up with Adam. He seems happy and everything. So we've got 1,640 litres of tyre shine on the truck. It looks great. The only drama I've got is I haven't seen a remittance come through for payment or anything as yet.
Yeah, it went to David.
Dave says he hasn't got it. So can you just chase that up? Because I you know, love you like a brother, but can't let it go until we can sort of see that come through.
Just check your spam folder because I looked at the email that they sent. I'm pretty sure we've got that sorted.
I really respect Julian's position about not paying for the truck until it's signed off and inspected. That's cool, but on the same token, I can't let a truck go unless it's paid for. So we need to see that money in the tin.
You've got the driver out there ready to go and you've got the owner back home, and then can't let the driver go until the money has hit.
I've just checked all those spam folders and there's nothing there.
Listen, I just spoke to my missus.
Yep.
She rang the bank and it's cleared out of our account. So you want to tell Dave to take his head out of his ass and have a look on the right screen.
Dave, can you have a look at the bank?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, it's been paid?
Yeah.
Julian, normally you get a remittance so we know the money's in there, but we've got no remittance but the money's in there. So mate, you're the first bloke in living history to pay without even knowing I've been paid. So.
Fantastic. Pleasure's all mine, John.
All right, well I'll go and tell Adam that he can set sail.
All right, mate. Thanks again.
Okay, bud.
Beautiful truck. We'll be doing more business.
Yeah, don't you get it dirty.
Done.
Happy days.
Money's in.
You're all good to go?
All good to go. Excellent.
The money's in the bank, Adam's happy, Julian couldn't be happier.
After a whirlwind 2-day rehab, Walking in Memphis sold for $325,000, giving the team a $15,000 profit on the sale and a happy customer.
We better get a photo at the front here. I'll send it to Julian. Stand in the front there, Adam. Give us the big thumbs up, mate. Enjoy the drive.
Will do. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Okay, mate.
Radio.
It basically drove in as he walked in, you know, so hats off to the guys that we work with in the food chain of love here. That's good business, and that really makes all the crappy times that I've got to deal with and the stupid hours and the millions of dollars I've got at risk here with all these trucks parked in the yard, it makes it all worth it.
Put the 2 originals in the middle, like you said.
Yep.
The 2 other ones on the outside, tighten them down. Sit the visor on there, and we'll put the 2 outside screws.
And we'll just see how it sits.
And just sit it on there and see what it's going to do. Might actually just pull down okay.
A local fabricator has supplied a new set of brackets for Mad Cow's sun visor.
There's been some brackets lost, so we've got some other ones.
But there's yet another problem.
They're off another Western Star, but the Western Star they're off is a 2021 model. In Australia, we are literally the Outback. Like, we have to deal with pretty average resources. We've got to rely on good people like RT that manufacture all this stuff, and unfortunately with manufacture comes time.
With no time to source new components, the team will need to modify the brackets by hand.
Jon wants to perform miracles and get stuff to truck shows. Well, it is a bit of a minor setback, but it's just something else. Just one thing after the other, mate, just trucks.
We could spend 4 or 5 hours looking for the other brackets and not find them, so we're better off just spending a couple of hours on this. These are here, we can physically touch them and work with them. You all right?
That bottom one, see if you can turn it.
Turn the bottom one?
Yep.
We'll be down at casino come Saturday morning and we'll be ready to go. Rain, hail or shine. You can't not have a sun visor on a cool truck like this. Like a brand new. It's just a matter of hours to get these trucks done, and it's going to be a big night tonight. I'm not expecting to leave early. Dave loves it, Marshall loves it. Everyone in the fraternity here just loves the trucks.
Exhausting, but intaking.
To me, all that matters is the casino truck show. I couldn't care less if they want to go and have 2 weeks off afterwards. But we've just got to turn up, we've just got to get it done, and no, it's not an option.
We're really pushing uphill at the moment to get it done, but if we can get this sleeper on tonight, that'll keep us sort of on track to getting this truck done by Friday.
It's really starting to take shape. We'll get the second exhaust on, chuck it up, get the shroud on, and then it's sleeper time. You right?
Yeah.
If you fall off, can you not scratch it?
Give it a whirl, I suppose.
We're nearly there, Marsh. Down?
Yep.
Good. That's a 68-inch full high-rise sleeper. It dwarfs any other truck in length and in height. And it's just, you look at it and it just means business. Everybody in Australian trucking knows Mad Cow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
In just 5 weeks, the team have brought the historic Mad Cow back from the dead. With only the interior and bull bar to add, the truck is on course to deliver a stunning showcase of the firm's rehab skills.
Mad Cow is the centrepiece of Casino Truck Show for us and the team. It's going to be a showstopper, that truck. The truck just looks so good. I can taste the finish line. Big day, 10:30 finish. Well, such a good day that we're just going to back it up and do it again tomorrow.